Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. This is Nicolette Barrett coming to you with yet another fabulous episode of iRock.tv. And I am so elated to be with you, as I always am. I said that every week because guess what? I am, y'all. I love being on here, love getting a chance to chat with you all, to share awesome tips every single week to help you advance your career and also to give you insight of some fabulous career professionals turned entrepreneurs, as well as a longtime career professionals that you get a chance to look into their life and hear their story on what makes them rock. I tell you, I'm so excited for the last guest that I've had for the last, I guess we're on episode 11. Can you believe it? I think 11 or maybe 12. I think it's 12. Go to iRock TV 21 on YouTube. Did you all catch that? Yes, iRock TV has its own branded YouTube channel now. Now, remember I used to call it Nicolette Barrett, a.k.a. the Get Higher Strategist. That was way too long. For one, my name, Nicolette, has 12 letters in it. So that's a long name in itself. So I said, no, I want it to be called iRock TV. So with YouTube, you can make a brand channel. And I have enough subscribers to be able to do that. So thank you so much. So if you are watching this for the very first time, please make sure you put an emoji with your hand raised so I can acknowledge you and say hello, and go out to YouTube to subscribe to the channel so you can get notifications on when we go live again. And if you've been rocking with me for some time now, as you know, I've been live streaming for almost 5 years now. Place an emoji with a star in there to let me know that you're part of the iRock Star community. And I'm so excited to have you as well once again. And again, my YouTube channel now is called iRock TV 21. So it's so easier to pull it up and find because I had to spell a long name to let everybody know. To try to look for it, but it's like, oh my gosh, no. So now you can just find it with iRock TV 21. And I had to put numbers behind it. And I chose the year 2021, really 21, because I launched a new series of interviews for the year of 2020 and renamed the show iRock.tv because this is what we do. And eventually I'm going to change these episodes over to a podcast. I keep saying that, y'all. Just one more thing on my to-do list, right? That's okay. I got it. Well, eventually they will be on a podcast so you can carry these episodes with you and listen as well. So please make sure you do that. And this is a viewer-supported show. Thank you to everyone who have supported me and buying me a cup of coffee. Just a cup of coffee, y'all. Go to buymeacupofcoffee.com. There it is. It's scrolling on the bottom. iRock.tv. And buy me a cup of coffee, and it will help offset the expenses for me to bring this show to you all. So I really, really appreciate it. And as I'm always asking you all, please share the broadcast with your audience. Hey, Kim, good afternoon. Kim is on with us today. Thank you so much. I had an awesome opportunity to be with the National Coalition of 100 Black Women and spoke on career tips. And me and Sharita, we had a wonderful time of presenting to that group. It was absolutely phenomenal. Thank you for that awesome opportunity. And let me see. Hey, there we go, Kim. I forgot to show that. And hey, Nairobi is always with me. So make sure you all share the broadcast, and then we'll go ahead and bring my guest on. And let me take a look here. And I got Stacy. Hey, Stacy. Yeah, buy me a cup of coffee because it's an easy way just to say thank you for bringing the information. I don't ask people to pay for it. I don't even charge my guests to come on. And if they have their own businesses, I give them an opportunity to promote their businesses. So I don't charge. So all I ask is if you could buy me a cup of coffee, anybody, it's just $5. Just think about what you spend at the famous, I don't want to give any plugs, but the famous coffee places. Buy me a cup of coffee because I love my coffee. Thank you. So I am going to break over to commercial real quick just to give my quick intro. And then I'm going to bring on my fabulous guest. am back. What's up, Sarah?
I'm so excited to be here. Thank
I'm
you.
so excited to have you, my dear. Now, me and Sarah been on each other through networking. Oh gosh, what, 7 years now? And
Yes.
yeah, because I was a baby business trying to launch, and I remember you were just getting Moms Out Marketing. We'll get into that. Started as well, and so we were basically babies growing our businesses and all that kind of stuff. And we've been connected for so many years. I'm so excited to have you on.
To reconnect, I don't know, is even more beautiful because when you see the growth of a business, you're just like, yes, we did it. and to have each other back in each other's lives, it's a blessing. So happy to be here.
It really, really is. And you all, I got an opportunity to speak to her group, Moms Out Marketing, for a whole month, teaching on LinkedIn. And she's going to fill us in all about Moms Out Marketing. But she's really here to talk about careers because I want to hear her story. So I'm going to let her introduce herself, tell us a little bit about who she is. And then we're going to go ahead and get into some of the questions. But Sarah, go ahead and tell us a little bit of background, and then we'll transition into your story.
Okay, absolutely. So Sara Belmonte here. I am a gal in construction. Can you believe it? I forgot my construction hat today. It is hot pink, mom pink. So I started my construction business in college. Really, I mean, I had no idea what I was getting into. And so I started flipping houses very early on. And it was so much fun. And I think it's fun because you have nothing to lose at that point, right? You're just like, let's do this. And fast forward, I still have my remodeling business, Design Remodel Pros. We've gone through, of course, ups and downs and a beautiful, upswing. I love my team. We're so dedicated. And I also am the founder of Moms Out Marketing because during my career transition, in the sense of being an owner of Design Remodel Pros, I became a mom. And I will tell you that was nothing I could ever prepare for, and then now I'm back to doing both. It's all about, finding this crazy roller coaster balance. So I'm so happy to be here and share more of my story.
Oh, that is absolutely phenomenal. And the fact that you are a woman in construction, I mean, hats off to you, because that is an industry that doesn't get much recognition. And a lot of people don't really understand the opportunities that are there for women in construction. Just because it's construction, we got to take it out of the box that it's only a male dominated arena, because of course, everything is opening up for everybody to be inclusive in the construction world. And the fact that you did it when you were just a baby in college was about what, 3 years ago?
I love that. Yes, let's go with that.
So now, what even got you sparked your interest, number one, in construction, and especially even think about it while you were in college?
Right. Well, I was at SMU. I'm a Dallas native, so love everything Dallas. Yes. And I came home for the weekend to see my parents. I'm very close to my family. My dad really just threw a newspaper on my bed at home. I did leave at the dorm, but at home he threw a newspaper and he said, "Sarah, you should check this out." Well, I'm open for any type of opportunity, always willing to learn. And this was just a regular newspaper that said, it was kind of like a conference on how to flip houses. I don't even know if it's a get rich quick or what, but it was just, intriguing. And I was like, okay, sure, Dad. If my dad says, if my parents tell me to do something, I'm going to do it. I'm that gal. So, I am. So my dad also, one of our favorite pastime things is to watch great infomercials. I just think you can learn so much from it. So if you're ever looking at marketing, watch an infomercial, get some ideas. So he had bought a book by Carlton Sheets, who's like the godfather of flipping houses. Yeah. And he says, "Okay, Sarah, I bought this book on flipping houses. I think you should read it and check it out before you go to the conference." I'm like, "Sure, Dad." And of course, I'm like a sponge, I have all this energy and I'm like, okay, so I read it that whole night. I am psyched. I'm ready to go. I'm going into the conference.
Wow.
Yes. After the conference, I was like, I can do this. Sure. Why not? And I literally never looked back. I never looked back.
Wow.
I just started Yeah, I started my crew from flipping houses because I wanted a dedicated crew who would come in there, had the true knowledge of the construction industry, and also, it's so important to have people who care and see it as such a craft, because remodeling is an art done correctly. So I love the team that we built. They've grown with me since I've been in college and all the way up. Some of course less, but a lot of them have been with us that long, and I think that makes the true difference of having a team that just believes in what you are and what you've built. So of course we've had the challenge of 2008, and that's where we really just started focusing in on all of the remodeling industry.
Wow. Okay. So let me ask you this. Now, I know your official title is CEO founder, but what do you call yourself? Like when I think about myself, yes, I am the CEO and founder of iRock Development Solutions, LLC, doing business at iRock Resumes. But what I really focus on the fact is that I'm a 4-time certified career development strategist and transition coach. So what is your actual title so people can understand in the construction industry, this is actually what you do?
I do go with CEO, or president. Those are really the ones that I go with. And I'll tell you, it's interesting because as I've had my journey, probably when we first met, and especially being so young in the construction industry and a gal, I just kind of said, I think when I officially started networking, I really just said, I don't know if I said I worked with Design Remodel Pros or I'm offering these services, but it wasn't until Diana Hightower, who you've probably gotten to meet, is an excellent networker. She's like, okay, wait, you're the CEO? You own this company? And I was like, yes. And I was like, I thought I said that, but apparently I wasn't, And so it really takes other people and a supportive network to just kind of share with each other and say, hey, this is great what you're doing, but hey, how can you do it better? So that's one thing I love about networking. So yes, I am CEO of Design Remodel Pros. I also go with president. I am also in business with my husband. So I do own a little bit more just because, I started the business.
You started it.
I did.
Yes. Thank you, Daddy.
Right. Yes. Thank you, Daddy, who still works with me at this time. So we actually have my mom who's worked with us. And of course, we have other people on our team. We have product specialists, we have designers, we have painting crews, the whole gamut. So we work with specialists. We're not just kind of a generalist. So sometimes I do have a little bit, when you talk about titles, when people say general contracting, I feel like we are more specialized contractors. Our painting team, our painting team, that's all they do is paint. Our tile team, that's all they do is the tile work, because I don't think people understand the full intricacies of what a remodeling company does. So for us, it's important to give you the best of the best.
Oh, I like that. Now, see, you just separated yourself, because that's what I was wondering. So you have specialists that help design the kind of homes that people are really wanting. So if I was to ask you, okay, so are you still flipping houses, or is more like going into homes and remodeling and bringing someone's vision alive?
Okay, so to kind of tell you a little bit about my journey, since I've been a business owner I think it's over 17 years at this point. I don't even want to say it because I only graduated from college, 3 years ago, right? Like you said.
Right,
so
exactly.
I don't know how that math works.
Take that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But when we go back to it, as far as the development of it all, it's I lost my train of thought.
That's what moms do sometimes. We're thinking about our grocery list and everything else. Okay.
Absolutely. But yes, when we talk about the journey, going from the flipping houses, I used to train people to flip houses too. So I had a whole team. So I've always been into training, and that's how I got into also doing the business consulting, because this has always been education, and helping mentor other people has always just been a part of me. And I think mostly because I wish I had more of it when I was first starting. I did not have a mentor. So it's like through time, I understand the power of it. So for me, it's important to give back as far as that.
Oh, now see that again, that probably leads right into my first question then. So, well, not first question, one of my questions. So, what's one thing you wish you had known before you even began your career in construction and in the flipping industry?
Oh,
Mm.
I'm going to say one thing is be careful with electrical. You need a licensed electrician for that. I have gotten shocked.
I love it.
You
That's
asked
such
a
a
lesson.
practical advice. I love
It
it.
really is. But I
Yes.
mean, going in, I had no idea, right, what I was doing. But it was through those lessons
Yes.
of knowing, okay, I need a licensed electrician. I need a licensed plumber. You know, what else do I need on my team? So who are my team players? You know,
Yes.
that was the biggest thing. And knowing that I don't have to know it all. I just have to have the right team put in place. And with that, I think that helped me through so much. So I wish I did have that mentor to tell me that I didn't have to know everything. But you know, coming in, still in college, creating this business, and then being at the closing table with people who like are like, who is this girl? Who am I negotiating with? How did this even happen? You know,
Yes.
I think the second one is just go with your true values and beliefs. Never let anybody scare you into doing something. And I think that can happen very easily being
Yeah.
a woman in construction or engineering, because my background is also engineering. I was always in, let's say, a what once was a man's field. And you know, so really have confidence that you belong there. And once you have that, everything else can kind of fall into place, and realize that you can lean on other people. There's nothing that is not showing weakness. That is showing knowledge, and that you know how to put a team together. It's another way that you, like, you know, that you are using your unique talents, because God created us unique, not to know everything, but to be able to, for us to work together, you know?
Yes.
So
I love that. I love that. And the fact that yes, even thinking about construction, and I have to go back to your dad. Kudos, because
yes.
he didn't see you as a girl who couldn't do this. He really fed into you. And I'm going to ask a question about that, because I'm already probably bringing it
Okay.
out, because he's already my hero. Okay. Just for the
Oh,
simple fact that he pushed that. I mean, I'm like, that is amazing. So kudos, Dad.
oh, thanks.
Yes.
I'll share
Yes.
this with him. Kudos to
Please
my mom
do.
too. She's always an encourager.
Yes,
I mean,
yes, yes,
I'm a
definitely,
mama's
mom.
and daddy's girl,
Mhm.
so
Yes. And see, now you remind me of my daughter, because she is also a mama and daddy's girl.
mhm.
So let me ask you this. So what is your biggest failure and what did you learn from it?
Okay. Um, you know, when you're a business owner, I mean, just a human being, you have life is full of failures, shall we say. I call them adversities or challenges. And I think it's not a true failure unless you didn't learn from it.
Right.
So mindset is a big key for me. So because I've been through so many challenges, being a woman in construction, you know, trying to create this networking group of mompreneurs where some people may not get it. I think, I don't even know that it could be a complete failure, but I will tell you, like, a very down point for me was when I remember walking into the office and telling my husband, I was like, I can't do this business anymore. And it was because I had just had my daughter, and I said, I can't do that. Oh my gosh, it was hard, because I was going in there, and
Yes.
my business is it is my baby. It is something I cultivated, I grew, I've had it for years. And in a sense, it is part of my identity. And, you know, I know some people say, don't put your career as your identity, but when you've built it and breathe it and love it, it is a part of me, you know? So that's kind of the difference.
For sure.
Yes. But for me, walking in there and telling my husband, like, I can't do this. I want to be with my daughter and I want to
Yes.
be here, doing the business, but I don't see how I can do it. And it was a very hard point for me because I was like, God, you gave me this huge blessing. You gave me this blessing to be a mom. But you know what? I feel actually more comfortable in this career, than I am in a mom because I don't know what I'm doing. Every day changes. There's not a good book on it. And I can read 20 or 50 books and I'm still going to get a different answer.
Exactly.
It's like, so with that, it was really a turning point for me, which I did turn that challenge. So it felt kind of like a failure, like I'm giving up my business to choose my daughter. But then through so much prayer and so much support, I learned I could do the two together. And that's really how Moms Out Marketing was born, where I was just guided. I was guided through lots of prayers, and even that's when I went back to my husband. It was, I don't know if it was the next week or the next day. I can't remember the timeline, but I came back to him and I said, okay, wait, I can do the business and I can stay home with our daughter, but this is how we're going to do it. And I did tell him, it was kind of an ultimatum. I said, and if you don't support this, then I'm giving up the business. Because, I think this is where God, I'm trying to figure out my calling in a sense. And I think so many women go through that in life where they feel like, they work so hard for their career. And then all of a sudden you want this beautiful blessing of being a family. And this could also be for a male as well, because we have dadpreneurs in our group too, so it just depends on which part you want to be in your life and which season you're in and what you're most passionate about. It doesn't mean that you don't love your family if you're not at home. Obviously, you can support your family in whatever way suits you. And that's beautiful. Like I said, God made us each unique. And so we have to choose what's best for ourselves, for our family, for our business. And Moms Out Marketing has given me and other mompreneurs and business owners this hope, this support, this community that says, you know what?
I feel it. I felt it. Yes, you're so spot on about that. I
was like, we're not alone. And you know what? More people need to know about us. So thank you for letting us share this today.
Yes.
Because, I feel like we're kind of the underserved entrepreneurs, like juggling a lot of things. And I'm telling you, we have all kinds of moms. We have what I call like grand moms, too, in there that are still just love the community, because we're embracing what is our true legacy. We don't start a career to support ourselves. We start a career to support our families. And how are we doing that? Whether you're doing the 9 to 5, that's great. But also just remember who you're doing it for. And it's really, being intentional about your time, being intentional about what you're doing in your everyday endeavors, your career, time management.
Wow.
We help with all of it.
Yeah. And see, you just explained to me a failure. And that's what I've been really terming the failures to be failures, because when we learn something, we pick ourselves up and we're able to share. It's a failure. And you failed into Moms Out Marketing and created such a great platform for women entrepreneurs who are just starting out. Because I've seen people who are just starting, and even on the training calls, moms have their brand new beautiful babies there, and just having the support and this community to show that it can be done. So that revelation, when you were, like you said, at your lowest point, and being able to fall forward and create something phenomenal, really speaks to, your resiliency and the tenacity of who you are, and the fact that you can love both motherhood or parenthood holistically because of your husband as well as growing the other baby, which is your business. Again, for those of you who are watching, this is Nicolette Barrett, iRock.tv. We're coming to you again with real talk, real careers, talking about real results. My guest is Sara Belmonte of Design Pros, and also she's the CEO and founder of Design Pros, and she also is the founder of Moms Out Marketing, a flourishing group on Facebook. So go out and search for that, where collaboration happens, community happens for moms and grandmoms looking to elevate their businesses through community. So please make sure you go out there and take a look at that, and make sure you're also subscribing to the new YouTube channel, iRock TV 21. Yes, it's changed. So go out there and check that out. Okay, so
Congratulations on that, though.
I am so excited because I'm like, okay, I need to change that. Nicolette Barrett, also known as, I'm like, it's just too long. People can't find it.
Yeah.
So I changed it. So it's now simply iRock TV 21. Put it in there and we should pop right up.
We're good.
Awesome.
Yes.
So let me ask you this. So what advice would you give someone who's wanting to pursue a career like yours?
Okay, and are we talking about design remodel pros in the construction
design remodel
field?
pros.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure.
And yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I did want to just before I talk about pursuing that career, so Moms Out Marketing is both on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We have quite a robust, a robust platform, and each one of them help people in different ways. So I'll definitely share that later.
Please.
But as a gal in construction, and I do say gal in construction, I don't have a problem with it anymore. I think early on it was hard because it was maybe some people didn't really take me as seriously. So I really had to kind of show them with my knowledge. So I think going into any type of field, regardless if you're a woman or a man, and if you want to be a leader in your field, it's really about be the expert, know exactly what it is that you want to portray. Now, I will tell you, when I say that, I have transferred roles for my husband and I. So I work on all the marketing and business development for Design Remodel Pros. He has now, I've transferred over all of the product specialist, project specialties and processes to him. And then we have, like I said, our crew as far as, doing the OSHA training and safety training and et cetera. We have our COVID protocols as well. So I think if you're going into a field, know what you're really, really good at, whether that's construction, engineering, whichever field. And then just own it, just absorb everything you possibly can about it. And then form your team, form an amazing team that is just as passionate as you are. Sometimes that's hard. I know that's very hard for entrepreneurs, but I think one of the big things for me has always been customer service and heart. If you have a heart, I can't train you to have a heart and a passion for what you do. That's something that's innate. So find those people that really care about what they do, and then you can train them on any other aspect as needed. So.
Oh, that's awesome. So I do believe in that, owning it and knowing your space. Once you get into something and it's already piqued your interest and passion, know it. Don't play at it, because what happens, I see people get into a field and they fizzle out fast because they just feel it didn't work. But you have to have a stick-to-itness and learn everything you can for that industry so that you can be successful, because that's how you become an expert. That's how you become a specialist in your own right and very knowledgeable, so you can speak construction speak, right? So you can do the things that you need. Right.
And the other thing that I think that can be so hard for entrepreneurs also getting into this type of field is they feel like they have to wear all the hats. And yes, entrepreneurs wear so many hats, but not every hat fits perfectly. Okay, so know which one suits you and which one doesn't, and outsource. And early on, when you're in your career, sometimes you think, I don't have the funds to outsource. I don't know how I can. Figure it out. Maybe it's doing some strategic partnerships or trades or whatever it may be, but you can't rely on what maybe people say, like the solopreneur. Yes, you can for a little bit, but I'll tell you, if you're wanting to grow,
Yes.
You need to trust other people. You need to find the
Yes.
right team, find great synergy partners, find your network, or come to me and join
Yeah.
our network.
Yes. And that group, I'm telling you all, you could find almost everything you need within her group. So I really want you all to look at that and consider joining
Thank
that,
you.
even if you don't have a business yet, but you're contemplating. Just being in that community is inspiring on its own. So I really want you all to look into that. And I love the fact that when you're talking about, going back to your point of having heart, you can't make someone have that heart and the passion for their business. They have to have that. And once you get that, learn everything that you need to do to be successful, and then start hiring to your weaknesses and hone in on
Absolutely.
your genius zone. And that's one of the
I
things
love
that
that.
I wish I would have done earlier in my career, because I kept looking at it just as a side gig. I said, oh, just a side gig so I can do it all. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh. And then it kept growing. I said, oh, I could just do it all. And I'm up to 1, 2 o'clock in the morning writing career documents and trying to do social media, trying to do everything. And I'm telling you, when I hired a team, you
Mhm.
talking about, I went from a side gigger to a full CEO, really understanding which hat was better fitted for me. And I love that you
Mhm.
said that not all hats fit, because that's
Yes,
so true. I mean, I don't
it
mind
is.
trying
And
to learn from
we try
people.
and put them on.
Yeah, I ain't good with all them numbers, so I needed a bookkeeper and an accountant. I'm not good with all of
Yes,
this. I don't know if my director of speaking in events on here. She's perfect at it, and I was just winging my speaking, and she's like, "You don't take your books, but you don't do it." So she had to take that over for me. Then I had a virtual assistant, so he's helping me with all of the social media and just keeping. He sends me
yes.
my schedule every morning. Like, this is what you got going on, and he's on me. Did you do this yet? Did you check this off? So I
You
can't
got
do
it.
it all. And so when
You
people
got it.
ask how, I mean, that point alone, just making sure you hear Sarah when she says, don't think about doing it on your own, getting a
Mhm.
natural team. Yes, when
Yes.
it comes to a team, look for your team so you can get those people to help you grow that business. When you make up your mind that, you know what, I can't work another 24 hours. I need to have some help, especially if you're dual career like I am. Yeah.
Yes, and you know what? I will tell you that's
Mhm.
something that motherhood has
Mhm.
taught me so well, that
Yeah.
you can't do it all, and it
Mm.
made me work more efficiently, because I was like, you know
Yes.
what? This is not the time that I should be spending here. I want to spend it with my daughter. I remember early on, it was my mom who worked in my office, and she's like, "Okay, well, Sarah, you need a nanny," and I was like, I get that. I was like, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to do those things. Like, I want to do
Yeah.
those things. And so it was trying to understand, where could I outsource to spend the time that I wanted with my daughter and the time I wanted in my business with the things I wanted to do. Just like you were talking about the bookkeeper, the CPA. Oh, no, let's pass that on.
Yes, yes, exactly. And I
That
love
was
the
an
fact that you
easier
figured
one.
out. Right. And I love the fact that you figured out, because if some people will jump to go get a nanny so they can continue. So people make those
Mhm.
different decisions. But I love the fact that you said, no, I wanted to do that. And so I want people to really think through, what are some of the things that you can
Mhm.
think about how you can hire to make your business more operationally efficient. And it doesn't have to mean sacrificing quality time. Like my auntie says, she says, when it comes to family, it's quality instead of quantity. And so you had to
Mhm.
pull out that time and say, you know what? Yeah, I'm still doing this business, but I don't want to never spend time with her. So what can I do to spend more time with my daughter, to be that intricate person in her
Mhm.
development? And so you made that decision for yourself. So everybody listen to that and think about those things and write them out. Brain dump them. I'm always about brain dumping. Get it out of your head, first of
Exactly.
all, so it can stop spinning up there. And then start to strategize and figure out what you need. And there's help for you to help to get you to that point. Sarah
Mhm.
does business consulting and coaching to help you figure that
Absolutely.
kind of thing out. And, so reach out to her if you need that. But you want to make
Mhm.
sure that you're understanding some of those things. And she's an extreme example of what you can do if you think it through. Yep. So I,
Right, and it
yeah,
does take a lot of planning.
yes.
But I love how you said, write it out. Your pros, your cons. What do I want to
Yeah.
do? What can I
Yeah.
pass
Yeah.
on? And I will tell you that one of the harder things that I think, that's for mompreneurs or even just entrepreneurs is kind of letting it go. And I'll tell you, sometimes I still have that too. I mean, my team knows that there are some things I'm like, oh, but I got blue tape in my hand and I'm going to just, go at it before somebody else comes in.
Yes.
But, remember there are some things that you can pass on for a season so you can dedicate your time somewhere else. Social media, I love doing it. So I am very hands-on with my team, but there are times that I need to be hands-off. So really recognizing what do you need right now in this time frame and how can you move forward to be more strategic within your business and also to spend that quality with your family.
Yes, I love it. So let's move on. So what about the best resources that have helped you along the way in your journey? And you can pick either one, Design Remodel Pros or the Moms Out Marketing.
Resources. Can I say my husband?
Human resource. Yeah.
Yes. I think also, when we say resources, also knowing when to ask for help or knowing when you need to look for further resources. My husband is a great resource just because of the way he supports Moms Out Marketing, and he knows how much I absolutely love it. And it's just brought so much joy to every aspect of what I do. So him just being there and me being able to communicate with him has been a phenomenal resource. So, make sure whether it's your husband, your wife, your best friend, have someone in there that's always in your, by your side. Second, I will have to say is our network, Moms Out Marketing network. I mean, when you can just share wholeheartedly the ups, the downs, oh my gosh, I don't even know what I just did, or can you please view this website because I'm building it and I'm not sure if I did this right. You have to be able to be surrounded. Well, it's right. It's those are the realities of when you're building things from scratch, as far as entrepreneurship. So you need someone that you can trust. That's your network, that will go in there and give honest opinions. So those are definitely having the right people in your corner. And so that's what Moms Out Marketing has been a huge resource. I think other resources, they're going to be kind of funny. It's as far as apps, I really do like scheduling apps such as Hootsuite. I think has been great for us. The Facebook business suite, I think, is still developing. So I'm still not completely on board with it, but it does make the ease. I also love something called the Egg Timer. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
No, do share.
So it's an app, and it basically does pomodoros. Do you know what a pomodoro is?
Yep, I do know that. Okay. Yep.
Okay, so
that's the tomato too. They talk about the tomato. Yeah.
If you start me talking about food, we're not going to end this interview.
Okay, right.
I am a foodie mom. So
yes.
Yes. But yes, the Pomodoros is basically when you are going in there and you're really doing like time management. And so I just need to get something done. I need to get it done fast. And a lot of times in my mind, remember, we have lots of hats we're talking about and lots of things on our mind, but I just need to get something done. So it's a timer. It's a quick timer that I can put like 5, 10, 15 minutes where I am just going to go straight at doing a particular aspect of work.
I like that.
Yeah. And they also have like a 5-minute workout, which works out really nice because it's like, you can have time for like a 5, and it's super simple and it has a silly little egg on it. And, I don't know where I found it. I think it was one of my books, like called the 4-Hour Work Week. I think that's where I found it.
I love that book. Yes.
That is an amazing book. I'm going to be doing a book review on our YouTube channel at Moms Out Marketing.
I can't wait. I am going to join that because I love that book.
Yes. Oh, I'm a big book reader, and I love to do reviews on our channel, because sometimes we love to read books, but we don't always have the time. So I would say the other app is probably Audible, because
I love Audible.
I can be cooking dinner, or even just with my daughter. Maybe we're on a walk and I need some quiet time, so it's like, okay, play Audible, play something that as the background. And those have been things that are strategic in my life, because I know I can fit them in certain times, and breaking down the information, like I said, that egg timer for 5-minute timing of Pomodoros, or even just like the Audibles, so I can listen in.
Is that like okay, here's a simple, it's an E.GG timer, right? Is that what it is?
Yes, it's so silly.
Little egg. Okay, I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna put this in the chat, because my auntie just asked
get it
for
in
it.
there.
And it is so cute. You gotta go see it.
It's the silliest
there
little
it is.
thing. Yeah, I don't.
Oh my god!
But it has those little everyday things where I can do 5 minutes, and I'm telling you, I can get those dishes. I can get work done in five minutes if I have a timer going, versus if I'm just doing it in my own time or trying to split up my time. But if I know it's 15 minutes of dedicated whatever, writing my emails, or 45 minutes, I'm going to get more done. And I also have to tell it's easy for me to tell my daughter or my husband, I just have 15 more minutes or however long of finishing up this task, and then I'll get with you. But if I don't have that, I might stop what I'm doing, go help them, come back, have to resituate what was happening in my brain. And then I'm not the same, I'm not giving the same quality. So
right. And I love that you even talked about Audible, because I love reading as well. I have a lot of time to sit down and read, because I walk a lot. I use the walking time to listen to a lot of books, and most of them are motivational books, business books, or what have you, because I'm always looking to elevate myself in the business area or what have you. So I use that as my a brain dump time to think through things that I want to think through, put it in my phone, and also get ideas, and I get clarity and listening to those books. And I get also motivated as well when I'm listening to those books. So yeah, I'm glad that you talked about that, because it's very, very important that we find other ways to do things that we want to do. So I love that you mentioned that.
I don't know if everybody online also knows about the clips and the notes you can add in Audible. So oftentimes there's little sections. Yeah, there's little sections that you want to remember. And I'm all about that I call them my friend calls them self-help books, but I call them personal development. So that's what, all of mine is that I haven't read Harry Potter. I'm sorry for people on there. I don't. I'm fine. I watch the movies, but but I'm all about like the business books. That's my jam.
Oh my gosh, that's me too. So I love that you mentioned that, because I've been a subscriber for Audible for years now. Oh gosh, at least 5+ years or more. So I love Audible. I have a huge collection of Audible books, and I will go back and listen to them over and over and over again to get more gems. Awesome.
Yes, we learned so much. Just utilizing our time.
Yes, exactly. Yep. And that's part of operational efficiency as well.
Yes.
Okay. Absolutely. So now I'm going to ask these questions. So who are the 2 to 3 people who have been the most influential to you?
Okay. I mean, I really feel like it's my family. Of course, I said my mom and my dad, and I've gotten to, my mom is such a powerhouse. I mean, and through everything, she's always stuck to her values. She's always taught us, that it doesn't matter if you're the only one in the room, as long as you're doing the right thing. And for me, that has taken me so far, because I know that she's gone through her own pain, and me as well, because like I said, even a gal in construction, I was the only girl in computer science through high school and college, and the only girl in the engineering field. But I guess I didn't feel that different, because I knew that that's where God called me. And I think that really stemmed back to where my mom was just believe in yourself and okay, the people around you may or may not be there for you, but if you have him, if God's on your side, like, you know, you're good. You're in good shape.
Right.
So, and of course, my father with my career choices, I think he has been so supportive of me and the different business ideas. I mean, so that's always really fun. And I think my grandmas too. Definitely my grandmas have been influential because I did just lose my grandma last year, but they were also so strong. My grandma Martha in particular, she had the entrepreneurial spirit. She had a restaurant, she did catering, and my grandfather also worked. But I'm telling you, everything she did with so much love, and she gave me, you know, my love for food as well as my grandfather. So my big people in my life are definitely them, as well as Matthew Kelly. Love him. He's an awesome author, and Tommy Spalding. So Tommy Spalding, I have some of his right here, is The Heart-Led Leader, which I truly believe in. Matthew Kelly, I have like tons of his books. I'm like a fangirl. Do you do that with authors? Because I did.
Yes, you can. I do too. I love it.
I mean, it's like Amazing Possibilities. Perfectly Yourself is an amazing book, just to encapsulate who you are, but also to realize that you have so many gifts. And that doesn't mean that one thing in particular, because I do a lot of philanthropy, and you've seen that through Moms Out Marketing. We adopt someone every quarter. But one thing that sometimes is hard for me is because I have such a heart to give and to serve, and I want to serve everybody, you know. But in his book, he said, yes, God gave you these talents, but choose wisely so that basically you keep your cup filled to give more. Because I think that we can all run ourselves ragged, especially, you know, when you're a giving soul, you want to do so much here and here and there, but
guilty.
I know, and I am too. So I have to read his book every year just to remember to be true to myself, and to remember the gifts that are given, and to protect those gifts, so that I can give even more in a greater capacity, versus kind of splitting them up into small different avenues.
I love that. That's so powerful. Honoring that within yourself and honoring time with him so he can continue to give you that guidance is so important. Amen to that. Okay, so let me ask you this. So if you could step into my shoes, what would you have asked yourself that I didn't?
Ooh, Nicolette, you're like keeping me on my toes with these.
Yes, girl, go ahead. You got this, girl.
Let's see. I would probably ask me about you know, as far as some of the biggest challenges I've had through maybe the transition of the career, the mom, and then the career.
Please, yes.
So I would say, no, I have to talk about it. Yeah, okay. I thought that was the only question. Do I have to talk about it too? I'm just teasing you.
Yes.
I think one of the biggest challenges was definitely time management. I've always been good about it, but I had to be even better about it. Two, I had to be true to myself. I think when you become a mom, what happens is everybody wants to give you advice, and some of it is beautiful, and some of it is like can tear you up inside. And I think it can be the exact same for the career world, you know, because if someone told me when I was wanting to go into construction, what are you talking about, Sarah? You know, why would you go into construction? Here you have your business and your engineering degree. Why aren't you going into a different field? I was also pre-med. So it's like, obviously I could have definitely gone into a different path. And really I could have listened to that, but So the challenge is, you know, taking people's information with a grain of salt. Yes, I think it's so important to listen,
Yes.
because there's value in it.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing who you need to filter more, who you need to, listen to. Yes, Mary. It does feel like everybody knows everything. And why am I using cloth diapers, or why am I using regular diapers?
Yes. All of that, and then some.
Yes, and even just like,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, Sarah, what are you doing in the construction field? Like what?
Right.
You have this other background, and I just am
Mm-hmm.
really so
Mm-hmm.
blessed that my parents, they never said that. They never said
So
that. And
marvelous. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know that I'll be that as good of a parent as they are. I mean, I hope so.
I'm sure you
But
will.
I'm like, I mean, they were just very encouraging. But yes, also, they were afraid that I would be too. There was a point that I would be too overscheduled, in the sense of, like, because I like schedules, like time blocking. We have my calendar. Do you see this color code?
Yes, we who are organized do that. We'll find a spot, won't we?
And yes, and I'm telling you, I've had people, even my husband says, Sarah, you got to be careful with this, with our daughter and everything like that, because he thought I would just kind of overschedule everything. I'll tell you, I tried a year without doing it. It was a mess. It was a mess. So I went back to this, and I'm like, oh, this is so much more beautiful. I feel good. I feel at one with myself, and that's what we have to do. We're going to have challenges. We're going to have people talk about our careers or ways we can do things better. Yes, sometimes they are wonderful advice. Sometimes you need to decipher through it and which things you want to pick and choose to put into your life. Know that I think some of the hardest times, it's our own family that give you this advice, and you want to listen so badly. And I love you, everyone, Mom, Dad, Brian, but sometimes I need to just listen to myself.
Yeah. And I love that.
God did okay. He did okay. He built me for a reason, so I got to have that confidence.
Yes. So, I love that. And that is so
cool.
true. And what a great homage to your family. And also, just understanding, what you need to do for you to skip and go try one way. I mean, I love all of that. And those challenges come, and what we have to do is continually allow ourselves to evolve. And that's one of the things that we sometimes think, that once we do one thing, we just can't change it. Yeah, you can. Just like you said, I tried to do it for years. Like, it was a mess. No, I need my book and my schedule. And I saw highlighters on that.
Oh, yeah.
I know about that, girl.
We were on a cruise, and I brought my highlighters. And okay, that may have been a bit much, I'll tell you. That one I listened to my husband on.
So me. Such a book nerd. Oh my gosh, that's so me. Oh, but I love it. It has been a pleasure to have you on. And I'm so thankful that we reconnected, and we're basically hooked at the hip now. And I know you rock. You rock every day. So if I was to ask you to end the sentence to say, I rock because, what would you say, Sarah?
I rock because I do everything with heart, and I hope you do too.
Awesome. Now, come on, tell them where to find you. I put the Facebook page out, Moms Out Marketing, LLC. And then I have your Instagram as well at Moms Out Marketing, LLC. And then I put the meetup as well, Moms Out Marketing at events. So please go out there. And I think the only thing I don't have is your YouTube channel. So what is the YouTube channel?
YouTube, you're going to find us on Mompreneurs Unite. So we are working on getting that more personalized. So make sure that if you're on Facebook or Instagram, it is actually Moms Out Marketing without the LLC. But so it's Moms Out Marketing on Facebook and Instagram. We are also on YouTube. Just to explain our platforms. Facebook, you're going to find more of the resources, community events, and tips for your business. Also, we have a closed group. We are both in the DFW area, Houston and San Antonio. So please go to our groups and join whichever location suits you best. There's tons of information happening inside the group. It's a great community. So if you're just on our Facebook, you're missing out on a huge community in there. Instagram is all about Instamom life, the ups, the downs. Also, we do a lot of tips as far as just like LinkedIn. We have tips on it about how to use Instagram, how to use Facebook, how to make your videos better. So there, every day we're helping you become a better business owner and just sharing mom life. And then on our website, you can actually become a mom member that has tons of more perks. Okay. So in there, that includes all of our networking events. As well as you have some advertising perks like being on our behind the scenes YouTube, or you can also be in our newsletter, as well as becoming a speaker on our platform. So definitely take advantage of that. Our prices will go up soon. So take advantage of what's available right now. It's introductory pricing at momsoutmarketing.com. You also get members only events and socials. So far, we usually have a social every month. We are doing those in person, but very carefully, COVID conscious. I'm a germaphobe. So it works out. I'm a mama bear and I want to protect you all. So definitely visit us, as well as YouTube. We have behind the scenes, more tips, and then our community events, because every quarter we are adopting a special cause. And often we actually have a page on our website that you can submit any cause that's just dear to your heart that we can help out with. We'd love to do that. So we're open to collaborations and working with corporate sponsors as well. So
nice. And remember, you get access to private training as well. And that's one of the things I did. I did a part 1, part 2, and open question thing, right? I think I did all about LinkedIn, helping the entrepreneurs understand how to maximize and leverage their LinkedIn profile. So become a member. So that's in their vault. You can go and take a look at that as well. And that would help you continuously build your spark in your career as an entrepreneur. Because I tell people entrepreneurship is still a career. So yes, you can actually do that. So, and I appreciate that. Yes.
Just like what you said, it evolves. Thank you so much.
Yes.
The LinkedIn was amazing. So yes, so you do have mentor sessions with the membership. You also have a mom member directory, a lot of perks. You don't want to miss out because we have a lot of events coming up. So
that is absolutely phenomenal. It has been such a pleasure to have you on, Sara. I am just tickled pink, like your pink instruction hat. And thank you so much for sharing. Yay! For sharing your knowledge with us and the insights to you in your career, from going from a career, becoming a mother, going back to your career and growing your business in something that's an industry that's not inundated with a lot of women. It's out there for you. So think outside the box. If your industry has been affected during the pandemic, think about something else that you can do, like construction, because there is room for you even there. So I want to encourage you all to do that and reach out to Sara and even ask questions. Connect with her on her social media, and you can reach out to her. Again, you are watching iRock.tv here, and I'm here every week with absolutely fabulous guests, and also giving you great tips on how to take your career to the next level. You can find us on YouTube at iRock.TV21. That's our new YouTube channel. And as always, let me see. Let me take a look at here real quick, a banner. Also, I want to make sure that you all go to Buy Me a Cup of Coffee to support this show. Buy Me a Cup of Coffee. It's only $5 donation. Give me a cup of coffee or two, or maybe a couple, and then help support this show. Again, thank you so much, Sara. You want any parting words before we sign off?
Thank you so much for doing this. It has been beautiful to see all the blessings that you've been giving to other people through your talents. So, and like out there, if you are looking for a career, whatever you do it with heart, do it with the passion, and move forward, because you got this. I believe in you. I really do. There's so much in store for us. We haven't even touched the tip of things.
No, not at all.
Keep at it.
Well, thank you so much again. And I just want to give you a virtual hug. I always give virtual hugs.
Yes.
I love virtual hugging. And since we can't see each other, and I'm sure as when all of this is over, we'll get a chance to see each other in person soon. So I look forward to that. And thank you again for being a guest on the iRock TV show. We appreciate you sharing your knowledge. And thank you to my audience for always supporting me and coming out to take a look. I really, really appreciate it. And Kim says, great interview. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you, Kim.
All right. I am going to go ahead and do my sign off real quick. Let me get this real quick. Hold on for 1 second. Say bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Yes.